Hello, this is Alina Ebi in San Francisco, and today I was reflecting on brutalist architecture. How did this come about? I just read an article in Wall Street Journal that the brutalist architecture is having a comeback, and I thought, I should reflect on it. I mean, I reflected on it, not as an architect, but as an end user. Where does the name come from? The brutalist architecture comes from beton brut, and as had its starts early on in 1900. There were a lot of famous architects who were admirers of brutalist architecture, and Le Corbusier was one of them. Although his use of concrete was a lot more aesthetically pleasing than a lot of other architectural atrocities they were done in the 50s and 60s, especially in the former communist countries. So he did have a masterpiece that was called the L'Unité de Marseille, and I believe it was completed in 1953. But I was just thinking about it. I was thinking about how we can revitalize and make more interesting the tourism, architectural tourism in former communist bloc in Eastern Europe. I'm definitely coming from one of the countries that has an excess of brutalist buildings, and I lived in one. And I would say that as a user, as an end user, they were truly brutal. They were truly brutal on the quality of living. They were small, characteristics, ugly exterior and interior, ugly exterior, uncomfortable interior. Outside, exposed concrete that doesn't necessarily age very well. And it becomes quite a sore. At some point, living in a neighborhood filled all with brutalist buildings, it's like living in the in Lord of the Rings or the Empire neighborhood in Star Wars or something like that. Inside, uncomfortable. You can hear all the neighbors, low ceilings, small windows. Very small bathrooms and complete lack of access for people with handicaps, so not thought at all, no green spaces and so on. I can go on and on and on. However, they are cool right now, and you see a lot of guided tours of brutalist architectures in East Berlin or in other big cities in Eastern Europe, and if you're curious, if you'd like to see it, I'll be happy to invite you, and we'll organize a brutalist architectural tour in Bucharest for you next year. So those are my thoughts on brutalist architecture. Looking forward to better modern building forms next year. Happy New Year, and hopefully not a brutal one.